Good morning, everyone. This is Old School from WhatTheBuck.net. I was reporting last night about the Brett Favre move to the Jets, and obviously that's been the topic of conversation all morning and since 12:01 last night, or 11:49, I think is when it hit SportsCenter. I've been listening to morning talk radio here in Tampa as I take my son to daycare, and after the emails that I got last night and the talk radio this morning, I wanted to clear up a couple things. There are a couple of pretty prevalent beliefs apparently in the fan base, and if you guys have information that I don't have, please hit us at questions@whatthebuck.net. I have not heard what we offered, what we were beaten by the Jets with their conditional draft pick based on the number of snaps. It sounds like they made a deal that'll essentially escalates based on their penetration into the playoffs and Brett's number of snaps, which essentially establishes whether or not he's going to be the starter, which sounds like a fine deal. Now, for the Jets, a team who I don't believe is one piece away from a Super Bowl, I don't know that that's a great gamble for a team like the Bucs, who I think are probably maybe one piece and a couple of breaks away from a legitimate Super Bowl run. Maybe that deal would have made sense. The problem I have is that, to my knowledge, and I'm certainly not the most well-informed guy in the universe, there are people who know far more than I do, we don't know what Bruce Allen and the front office offered that was declined by Bus Cook and Brett Favre's camp. We could have offered the world. We could have offered a bucket full of gold and 17 picks, and the Packers and Brett Favre chose the Jets' offer. We don't know that, at least as far as I know we don't. And again, if you have other information, please do a video response or a text response. So to jump on the contrarian side here, which is what Ira Kaufman's already done, I think 12:32 a.m., he had already flipped and said, oh, wow, look, another front office screw-up. It's amazing how we can screw everything up, and boy, this was a huge missed opportunity. This was an opportunity that we took a chance on, and it didn't work. Right? It's no different than any other business opportunity. We had a chance to upgrade a key position on our team. We took a run at it. Bruce Allen, for anything you don't like about Bruce Allen, he has proven since the 2003 debacle that he is a shrewd businessman. We assess a talent, we put a value on a talent, and if we can get that talent for that value, we get it. If it goes beyond that, we're not interested. Right? And that's how you want a front office to work, people. As much as you can get emotional about this and say, wow, it would have been terrific to have Brett Favre, and I was certainly in that camp. You got to move past that. So now, where are we, right? Well, we're at the situation where, like I said in the YouTube from last night or this morning, depending on how you look at it, Jeff Garcia has to either step up or step out. He claimed he's the starter, and he's a starter until someone takes that position from him. The dead man walking comment may have been just, his being ground down over all this, and I can understand that. He's human like everyone else is. But by God, this is his team, and he either steps up or doesn't. Now, I was listening to 1010 again this morning and 620, and the question's starting to arise, well, how is Jeff Garcia going to perform if he doesn't feel like the organization's behind him? Hey, listen, guys, no organization's behind the players, right? They're behind the organization. They're behind the players in as much as they help the organization. And the thing I want to bring up is everyone's worried about how Jeff Garcia handles this, probably because of the contract issues coming into the season, which I agree. I think that the bonus thing was a crock of crap, that they should have paid him that bonus, but they didn't, and they didn't have to. And the reality of Jeff Garcia is if he doesn't play here, he will not play anywhere else after this year, in my opinion. Right? But look at Joey Galloway. This guy's like 1,000,000 years old. Every single year we're looking to replace him or upgrade him. With a draft pick, with free agency, with whatever. Do you ever hear Joey Galloway bitching about this? No, because he understands that as time passes, people are always looking to be upgraded. If we had an opportunity to go get a premier young linebacker, right, do you think we would think twice about it? Regardless of Derek Brooks' position on this team? Hell no. Right? Then as a fan, you have to evaluate that and go, do I want my team to be sentimental towards my greats? Like a Derek Brooks or Rondé Barber in the past, Mike Allstott, John Lynch. We haven't done a great job of that, right? Do I want them to do that at the expense of competitiveness and a chance to win a Super Bowl? And there was a time where I would have said yes, right? I would have been sentimental about it and said yes, but now no, right? The point is you're playing for the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. You should be respectful to the people who got you there, certainly, which I think the organization does, through bringing guys like Shelton Quarles and Doug Williams back into the front office and trying to get them back into the fold. But the reality of the situation is those guys, if they want the team to succeed more than they want themselves to succeed, will always look for the chance to upgrade. So here we are at an impasse where we have to see whether Jeff Garcia is actually going to do what he says he's going to do and step up and start. On 1010 this morning, Krasnecki was making a comment about how with this situation, 3rd and 4, and you're scrambling, you can get your head knocked in or run out of bounds, and you're sitting there thinking, well, I need to stay healthy so I can make my money next year. That is exactly the opposite of how Jeff Garcia plays football. And it is, in fact, exactly what people have been bitching about Jeff Garcia doing all last year, is that he doesn't make the smart play, meaning get down on the ground, slide, get out of bounds. He goes for the extra yards. You can't have it both ways, people. You either want your guy playing balls to the wall and trying to get those first downs and putting himself in harm's way on a regular basis, or you don't. You can't just pick a side to try and prove your point. So I'm hoping Jeff does what Jeff's supposed to do, and he steps up and plays like a starter and makes everyone forget about Brett Favre, right? But only time will tell on that. So, in summary, and there was a call on 1010 again this morning that said this, like we said yesterday. This is a business. We made a run. We didn't get it. Let's move on. See if Jeff can step up, right, and go through the rest of preseason and get things going. So I'm still very bullish. We said at the very beginning on What the Buck that we were happy going into the season with Jeff Garcia, that this was an opportunity to upgrade. And the opportunity didn't work out. So let's move on. Let's stop crying about it. Let's stop having people come out of the woodwork and say, oh, man, we've really screwed up again, because you know what? We have no idea whether it was us, whether it was the Favre camp, whether it was the Packers. If it comes out that we screwed up, then, hey, you know what? Let's evaluate it then. Let's find out what the picks were that we offered, what the actual package was. I find it hard to believe we'll ever actually find out the truth to that, but find out what those things are and see whether we think that the front office valued Brett enough, right? But only a year will tell, and what he does with New York. So we wish Brett well, but more importantly, we wish the Buccaneers well. Again, we're live Mondays and Thursday nights at www.whatthebuck.net, 7 o'clock p.m. Tune in. If you miss your show, you can always catch us on iTunes for free. Thanks so much for listening.